Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello, guys.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, hello. How are you? Are you doing good today?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Yes. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. We are waiting for the rest of the students to connect. We are going to start our final class of the week. So today, Thursday, class number 6. This is August 24th, so we are in class number 6, and this would be part 1. All right, so let me share the agenda with you so you will know what are the activities that we're going to do today, and then we will start. Okay, so first we're going to have a little discussion or introduction in a Padlet board. You're going to work on a Padlet board together. Let me take times. Just a moment here. Let me edit it here. Okay, just a moment, please. All right. So let's share the agenda again. Okay, so the introduction, a Padlet board. Then we're going to check some vocabulary. Today we're going to do a reading activity that it's going to be quite long. Okay, so we need to check all the vocabulary before we start. So that is easier for us to read the text and understand it fully. So we're going to check our vocabulary, then we're going to do the reading part on pages 90 and 91. Then we're going to answer some true and false questions on point number 3 on page 90. And then we're going to have a video activity, so you will be working in groups. You will watch video and then answer some questions based on the video. And that's the final activity for today. All right. So let's start. Before I check the attendance, let me remind you about model work. I remind you today because then I don't see you until next week. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to catch up with work in Moodle. You can continue the practice of the topics that we studied this week on Model 9, okay? So remember to work in Moodle in the activities so you're not hurrying next week when we finish our cycle to get all the activities done so you can start working on it little by little, okay? So remember to work in Moodle. Now I'm going to check attendance, okay?
Sorry, teacher. About
Yeah.
Moodle, we have to do all the activities.
Yes, all the activities. Models
Okay.
8, 9, and 10.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
All right. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to check attendance. I'll turn off my camera just for a while. And let's start checking. Gerson Arismendi.
Hi, teacher, present.
Okay, hello. Jean-Claude Barrera.
Present, teacher.
Okay, Jessie Calderon.
Present, teacher.
All right, Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
Andrés Correa.
Hi, teacher, present.
All right. Silvia Cuellar.
Hi, teacher, present.
Okay, thanks. Elkin Fernández. Julián Figueroa.
Present, teacher.
Ginette Fontecha.
Present, teacher.
All right. Carlos Galán.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mabel Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Right. Jose Alejandro Gómez.
I'm here, teacher.
All right. Julie Liscano.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Lisette Carolina Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Mhm. Okay, very good. Give me just a second and then we'll start the class. All right, guys. Thank you. Very good. So let's start with our first activity for today. So let me show you first the text that we're going to be working on today, and then I will explain the first activity. So the text is on, oh, let's see. Okay, yeah. So the text is on pages 90 and 91, and the name of the text is From Fantasy to Reality: How Science Fiction Has Influenced Technology. So I want to start with a question here in the Padlet. The question is, what predictions about the future have science fiction movies or books come up with or created? What predictions about the future have science fiction movies or books come up with? It can be technology, education, any prediction that you have seen or heard of in a movie or in a science fiction book. Okay, if you don't know any examples on the top of your head, you can go online and find one example. I want you to post your answer here, so include the name of the invention, the name of the movie or the book that predicted it, the year, and of course a picture. So I put here an example for you to follow. So the TV show is Star Trek debuted a flip phone, the communicator, in 1966. Okay, so you're going to do something similar, and please also include your names in your post. Okay, I'm about to send you the link. How can I share the link? Just give me a second and I'll send it to you. You can start. Okay, I have it. You can start looking for information online. All right, there you have the link. Okay, Elkin, thank you. All right, so as I told you, we will have 5 minutes so you can search online, find some information, or if you know about any predictions of inventions that have been created or predicted from science fiction movies or film, movies or books. So 5 minutes to search some information, and then I will be checking your posts. Okay. Yes, Jean-Claude, you're asking me about your names. Yes, please also include your names in your post, guys. All right, guys, I'm starting to see your post. Thank you. Let's refresh it. Okay. Okay, Julie and Gerson didn't include pictures. Let's see. Jean-Claude says the movie Ready Player One talk about a virtual reality as an alternative reality. The digital world is trying to perfect meta technology, which is virtual reality. Okay, yeah, so this is like becoming a reality nowadays, currently. Wants to be in another world, definitely moving away from social relationships. Okay, thank you, Jean-Claude, very good. Judy says, I, Robot, this movie shows us how artificial intelligence can come to dominate the world. Okay, yes, it talks about AI or artificial intelligence. Okay, Gerson says, predicted credit cards, the television show Lunar Landing in 1969. Very interesting. Thank you for sharing. Julian says the first like drone. I know, like, what is that? I lost it. Where is it? We're seeing first seen in Terminator. These are what, drones? Military drones. Okay. 1984. Okay, interesting. Military drones. Then we have, oh, who posted this one? The video calls was predicted in Star Trek, yeah, 1966. Like video calls, telecommunication. Carlos says, in Terminator, there were glasses displayed information quickly and automatically on the lens in an intelligent way. Okay, Jeanette says, this is the Jigsaw, the name of the movie. The Hunger Games, yes? What's the name? Let me remember. Yes, the three Hunger Games. That's, hmm. Okay, well, I forgot. But yes, what's the future predicted here. And we'll deal with something about the power of AI or artificial intelligence. All right, let's see. Okay, thank you. Caro, I see here the active camouflage in 2002. Various militaries around the world have been working on a version of it to cloak their tanks. Oh, very interesting. Okay, active camouflage. Okay, I didn't know about this. Thank you. You see it says Terminator. Elysium predicted the use of drones. Okay, so similar to this one, Terminator. Sylvia says Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol predicted 3D printing in 2011. Oh, very interesting. Thank you. Mabeli says Ex Machina explores the boundaries between humans and artificial intelligence through the story of a humanoid robot. Oh, okay, yes. Thank you. We have Natalia talks about James Bond, Tomorrow Never Dies in 1997. He's sitting in the backseat of his car, controlling the car via his phone. Oh, so intelligent, smart cars that don't need a driver. Okay, interesting. Blade Runner in 1982 predicted smarter robots and smart houses. Yes, Blade Runner. And Jose talks about voice-activated assistants in the movie 2001 Space Odyssey. Oh, he responds to voice commands. Okay, like nowadays we have Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant. Wow, guys, very interesting. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. Thank you, Lisette. I see you included the picture. Yes, so this is a topic that we're going to read about today and also watch a video related to this today. So let's start with the discussion, with the activity here. And first, I will present the vocabulary necessary for us to fully understand the text. So we present the vocabulary, and then after that, we'll start the reading activity, okay? So let's take a look at the slides here. Let's see. So the first word that we have is cruising, okay? I will read first, and then I'll ask you to start reading one by one. So cruising is the action of sailing about an area without a precise destination. Okay, so imagine a boat. A boat is cruising through the ocean. It is not a precise route, and you're there for pleasure, like moving around. So this expression is used with this hoverboard. So it's related to the next word. Hoverboard is like something similar to a skateboard that travels above the surface of the ground. I think you've seen it in some sci-fi movies as well. A hoverboard, it means that you are not touching the ground, but you are floating, right? So imagine you are cruising in a hoverboard. This is a hoverboard here, okay? So cruising and hoverboard. Let's continue reading the next ones. Let's start with Andres. Next two words, tarmac and quipped.
Okay, teachers, tarmac, material used for surfacing roads or other outdoor areas, consisting of broken stone mixed with dirt.
And quipped.
Quipped, all right, quipped, a sarcastic or cutting remark.
Yeah, so tarmac is like a material, you can see here, different from asphalt, okay? It's not asfalto. I think in Spanish it's like alquitranado. I don't know, I'm not sure. It's something similar to asphalt, but not the same. It's used for roads in outdoor areas, okay? So it's broken stone mixed with tar, okay? This is a tarmac. Quipped is like saying something sarcastic or something that could be a little bit cutting, okay? You make a comment that it can be sarcastic, quipped. Okay? Continue, Carlos. Tirelessly and instance.
Yes, teacher. Tirelessly, with great effort or energy. He worked tirelessly to promote environmental awareness. An instance, an example of or single occurrence of something.
Yeah, so tirelessly. This means sin o hasta el cansancio, ¿no? Sin cansancio. He worked with great effort or energy, tirelessly. An instance is an example. So instance is the same as example. They are synonyms, okay? An instance is an example. Jeanette, please read the next two, fairly and hopeless.
Fairly to a moderately high degree, and hopeless completely without skill at a particular activity.
Okay, yeah, so fairly is, you can say, I am fairly skilled at swimming. So this means that I have a moderately high skill for swimming, okay? I am fairly skilled for swimming, okay? Or I am fairly, what else? What else I can say? I am fairly new, so I am rather new to the company, okay? So to a moderately high degree. Hopeless in this, no, Julian, in this case, fairly is like used to define an adjective, okay? So I am fairly new, okay? So in this case, si yo digo I am fairly new, no es que llegué hoy, no soy nuevo tal cual hoy, sino llegué hace una semana, ¿ok? Entonces soy como más o menos nuevo, a un nivel moderado o alto. I am fairly new. Entonces fairly va con adjetivos, ¿ok? I am fairly tall, soy más o menos alto, ¿ok? I'm fairly short. It's like, this is the use of fairly, ¿ok? Hopeless. In the text, hopeless, it has the meaning of without skill, without having skills at a particular activity, okay? So you don't have a skill for that particular activity. Hopeless. Okay, Jean-Claude, read the next two, please. Perplexed, boredom.
Okay, teacher, perplexed. You feel confused and slightly worried by something because you don't understand it. Boredom, the state of feeling bored.
So perplexed, the same, similar to the word in Spanish, perplejo, right? You are confused and worried by something. And boredom is the noun, aburrimiento, the state of feeling bored. Gerson, the last two, astonishing and wonderment.
For teacher, astonishing, extremely surprising, or impressive, amazing. Wonderment, a state of awed admiration or respect.
Okay, yeah, so astonishing is an adjective, something extremely surprising. This is astonishing, something very impressive. And wonderment is a noun. This is a synonym to admiration, okay? So wonderment is a synonym to admiration, okay? Questions about the vocabulary? No? Okay, great. Let's continue with the next list. We have still one more to go. It's a lot of new vocabulary. Okay, Jose, please read the next two. Complacency and awe.
Yes, teacher. Complacency. Feeling so satisfied with your own abilities or situation that you feel you do not need to try any harder. In a way,
Oh,
oh,
in awe.
an overwhelming feeling of reverence, admiration, fear, etc. Produced by that which is grand, sublime, extremely powerful, or the like. In or we of
in
awe.
awe of God.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have for one complacency, and this is the same in Spanish, complacencia. Like you feel satisfied, so you do not want to try any harder. Okay, you are satisfied. You are complacent, so you feel complacency. Okay, complacency. Awe is similar to admiration, but something very extreme, overwhelming feeling of admiration or even fear. So this word can be translated to temor, okay? Admiración or temor. Awe is produced by something that is spectacular, sublime, okay? Extremely powerful. That's the meaning of awe. All right, continue, Julian. Coffin, pocket, and utter, the three. Coffin, pocket, and utter. Julian?
Coffin,
Yes.
a long narrow box, typically of wood, in which a dead body is buried or cremated.
Pocket and utter.
Pocket are a small bag sewn into our own clothing so as to form part of it. Use of carrying small articles. Outer complete absolute.
Yes. So a coffin is the long box, wooden box, where we put cadavers or dead bodies, okay? So this is a coffin, okay? A pocket is something that you have on your jeans or your shirt, a small bag where you put small articles, okay? So this is a pocket. And utter is complete or absolute. So this word utter is combined with dominance. Utter dominance, so the complete or the absolute dominance, okay? Let's read the next. This said this kind of dominance and outstrips.
Dominance, power and influence over others. Outstrips, move faster than and overtake someone else. Is it?
Exceed, yes. So dominance, we understand it, is the power or influence that you have over others, okay? And the outstrip is a verb. To outstrip a person, to outstrip something, is to move faster than that and exceed it, okay? So it's a synonym of exceed. Outstrip, exceed, exceder, right? Next, dice Tarazona, panacea genome.
Panacea, a solution or remedy for all difficulties or diseases. Genome, the complete set of genes or genetic material present in a cell or organism.
So panacea is this word we also use in Spanish. The solution or remedy for difficulties or for diseases. Like the only solution is the panacea, okay? The genome, also similar in Spanish, genoma, is the set of genes or genetic material that an organism has, okay? The set of genetic material, the genome. Mabeli, continue with pinpoint, pinprick.
Pinpoint, find or identify with great accuracy or precision.
Yes, okay, so to pinpoint something, imagine a pin. This is very, very tiny. So you say to find something with great precision, you pinpoint this. I pinpoint the mistake. I find it with great precision, okay? The other one, sorry, pinprick.
Pinprick, Versma.org amount.
So imagine that you're getting like a vaccine or a shot. You get a needle, right? So this the mark that the needle leaves on your body is the pin prick, okay? So imagine it's a very small dot or amount, pin prick, okay? Then Natalia, flesh and strap on.
Okay, teacher, flesh, the soft substance consisting of muscle and
We
fat,
say muscle.
okay, muscle and fat that is found between the skin and bone of a human or an animal. And a strap one,
Yeah.
to attack, fasten, or secure someone or something on to someone or something else.
Yes, okay. So the flesh, is muscle and fat between your skin and bones, okay? So this is the flesh. How do you say in Spanish? How do you say this in Spanish?
Como la carne, ¿no?
Yes, la carne, the flesh. So that's the correct word. When we refer to the one that we eat from cows, we say meat. But if you talk about human, you say flesh, okay? Human flesh. Strap on, so this is a verb, is to attach or secure something onto someone or something else, no? Attach it, strap on, like amarrarlo, okay? Strap on. All right, and the last word that we have first is screw. This is also a verb, but in this case, it refers to this thing, a short, sharp-pointed metal pin. This is a screw, okay? Tornillo, screw. The forefinger is this index finger, forefinger, okay? You can see it on the picture. Thus is similar to therefore, as a consequence. Thus, okay, therefore. Inventiveness is synonym of creativity. The archway is this. This is the archway. The curved structure forming an entrance, okay? Archway. To snap, this is a verb. A sharp cracking sound or a movement, a sharp movement, a snap. This is we call snap. Snap your fingers. A sudden cracking sound. To retreat is to move backwards. Okay, you are retreating. You're going backwards. And the last one, ubiquitous. This means to be present, appearing, or found everywhere. Okay. What is this word in Spanish? I forget. Ubiquitous. Like omnipresente, I think. Ubiquitous. Something like this. Ubiquo. I haven't heard. But it means to be present or found everywhere. Okay? That's the meaning. All right. Do we have any questions about the vocabulary? Still, any questions?
Yes,
No?
teacher.
Okay.
What is the correct pronunciation? Tus,
Thus.
das, como
Yes.
tas.
Thus.
What is the
Thus.
difference with therefore is a synonym?
Yeah, it's a synonym. Thus sounds more formal, okay? Sounds like more advanced. Thus, this is not very common in spoken language, but in written language, it is common, okay? So that's the big difference between therefore and thus. Okay? Any other question that we have? No? Good. All right. So now that we have all the vocabulary, we're going to start reading the text, okay? So we're going to read it and then we're going to answer questions in point number 3 with true or false, okay? Ooh, it's kind of slow. So let's start reading the text. From fantasy to reality. We start with Silvia. Let's start reading the first 2 paragraphs, Silvia.
Teacher. Okay, from fantasy to reality, how science fiction has influenced technology by Adam Rutherford. Instead of cruising on a hoverboard, I rode my bike to the office today. A bicycle was invented in the 19th century. Almost the whole journey was on a form of tarmac invented at the end of that same century. Instead of taking a pill for breakfast, I had a bacon roll cooked using gas. Science fiction has lied to us.
Continue with
Making prediction
yeah.
is tricky. Okay. Making prediction is tricky, especially about the future. As physicist Niels Bohr quipped, in science fiction, you can escape that challenge, though. Since the inception of the genre in the 9th century, writers have tirelessly, tirelessly imagined the things to come, gadgets the humankind will invent to make life easier. But in so many instances, those promises have not come to pass. The biggest disappointments are in travel. Jetpacks, hoverboards, and flying cars are yet to fill the skies. Air travel has become significantly cheaper and wide-reaching, but only using distinctly 20th century technology. Commercial airplanes are much the same as they were 50 years ago.
Very good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Natalia. So I want you to read as we like all together to read along. And if you have any questions about vocabulary, still ask them paragraph by paragraph, okay? Because the text is very long. So it's like difficult for us to read it all and then check for any other new vocabulary, okay? So if you have questions about vocabulary in these first 2 paragraphs, let me know. Carlos, yes?
Yes, teacher. In the second
Yeah.
paragraph, the sentence physicist Niels Bohr
Okay.
quipped. What did the
Quipped.
significance?
Quipped, like to make a sarcastic remark. Quipped.
Okay.
Okay, this is the meaning. Like he said it in a sarcastic way. The physicist, physical. Okay, this is the word. Tarmac. This is where I test if you listen to me or no. Remember what is tarmac? This is tarmac, okay? Similar to asphalt, but not the same. Yeah, quipped is a verb, Julian.
Teacher,
verb.
the pronunciation and
Quipped.
that in the word, no, physics?
Yeah,
What is the word?
physicist.
Physicist.
Physicist. Yes, a bit difficult. Physicist. Yes, it's a physical. Okay, a physicist.
Yes,
A
teacher, thank you.
physicist. All right, I saw another one. What is it? No more? Okay. There was another one, but you deleted the word. I noticed. Okay, let's continue. We go with paragraph number 3. Let's read it, please, Jessie. Paragraph 3, automation.
Okay. Automation is what science fiction frequently delivers, but its arrival in the real world has been unpredictable. Domestic robots with a degree of intelligence are yet to materialize. tough robotic vehicle, cleaner or commerciality available, even if they are fairly hopeless.
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Video calls have now arrived, sort of, but conference on Skype is still clunky,
Is still clunky.
still clunky in mobiles. Video call technology is now available, so when your dad runs to update you on his vegetable patch, he'll be able to see your look of perplexed boredom.
Your perplexed boredom. All right. Let's see new words. Julian?
Okay, when say fairly hopeless is
Yeah.
talking about
The machines.
the machine doesn't have enough ability, but
Yes.
okay.
So it means like the robotic cleaners. Have you seen the vacuum cleaners like the Roomba? These cleaners, robotic cleaners. Have you seen some of them?
Yes, teacher.
This is a vacuum cleaner, a
In
robotic vacuum cleaner. So this, he's saying that they are fairly hopeless. So they like useless, okay? They are kind of useless. They do not have much ability, okay? That's the meaning. Any other that we clarify
Clunky.
here? Clunky, okay? In this case, it's like torpe, no muy bueno, clunky. So the conference on Skype, imagine this text was written about 10 years ago. So it didn't, we didn't have Zoom calls or anything. So he was still talking about Skype. And he thought that the virtual conferences were still like clunky, not very good. Okay. All right. Anything else from this paragraph? All right. Let's continue with paragraph 4. And let's start again. So Andres, can you continue, please? The truth is that.
Okay, teacher. The truth is that we quickly forget the astonishment of invasion. Our wonderment is soon replaced with complacency. We should try to stay in that period of awe.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Let's look at here. Pronunciation. Let's put it here. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to pronounce this word. Let's see it here. Yeah, like the letter O.
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 A.
Okay, it's a bit different from British
O.
O.
A.
And American is O. Okay, so both are possible. In a period of awe.
It is astonishing that the contents of every book, every written, can be stored in a box the size of a coffin, or that you can carry 10,000 albums on an object kept in your pocket, or that almost all the information in the world can be accessed almost anywhere at any time. All these actions are depend on the emergence of the microchip and its place in computers. Yet, sci-fi didn't predict the utter dominance of the computer in running our life.
In running our lives. Okay, let's see if we have questions about vocabulary. Remember, well, this one has a lot of new words like astonishment, wonderment, complacency, awe. Well, coffin, we already saw. Okay, no more. Utter dominance of the computer in running our lives. Running, in this case, is like managing or controlling our lives, okay? So to run something is to manage something in this context, right? Good. So let's continue, Carlos, with the next paragraph. Number 5, paragraph 5. Yes. But the real area.
Yes, teacher. But the real area where really far outstrips prediction is medicine. Sure, fiction will describe humans as decisive, free, or with access to panacea, but without going into detail. Both are still absent, but the progress made in maintained life is breathtaking.
Breathtaking, yes.
Okay, with relative easy, we can sequence anyone's genome, giving a readout of our entire genetic coding. This means we can pinpoint the underlying genetic cause of thousands of diseases in minutes. We can perform complex surgery by making pinprick size holes in the flesh.
Yes, pinprick sized holes in the flesh. Okay, there is one word here that we didn't study. Underlying genetic cause. Do you know the meaning of this word? We can pinpoint underlying genetic cause of 1,000 diseases in minutes. Okay, so underlying means in Spanish subyacente. So it's not in the surface, it's underlying, no? It's like in the next layer, subyacente. Okay? And all right, tell me if you have any other words that we need to clarify here. With ease, facilidad, with relative ease, we can sequence anyone's genome, reading out our genetic code. All right, it's clear? Okay, good. Continue reading. Jeanette, please, next paragraph, number 6. Dean Kamen.
Dean Kamen, inventor of the Segway personal transporter, has been working on a robotic prosthetic arm with 14 degrees of freedom. Normal arms have 21. For amputees for several years now. And it is astonishing. I saw a video demo last year in which an amputee soldier strap on the arm. It is non-invasive, so all the electrical connections are done via skin contact, and then proceeded to not only pick up a screen between thumb and forefinger, but screw in into a hole. The arm costs many millions of dollars, but technology is emerging that could make fully controllable robotic prosthetics the norm.
Okay, so first we have the Segway. Have you seen the Segway? Do you know what this is? The Segway transporter. This is a Segway transporter, okay? This is very common now to see some people, especially in malls. I see like the watchman using this one, right? The Segway, that's the name for that. So the inventor of that device, the Segway, has working on robotic prosthetics with 14 degrees of freedom. Normal arms have 21, okay, for amputees for several years now. Any other words that we need to clarify here? Remember, screw. The word screw is used here in two different ways. To pick up a screw, aquí es el tornillo, between his thumb and forefinger. So like this, he took the screw between his thumb and his forefinger. But then screw it into a hole. Lo atornilló, ¿sí? Taladró, sería, sí, atornilló a en un hueco, en un hoyo, ¿ok? So, is both the noun and the verb. Esa palabra puede ser el sustantivo and el verbo, ¿ok? Strapped on, like amarrar. The soldier is strapped on the arm, ¿ok? All right. No more? Okay, good. Continue. Jean-Claude, read the next one, please. Photosensitive. Jean-Claude.
Yes, teacher.
Photosensitive implants.
Photosensitive implants now exist that can replace the image cells in the retina and can thus restore sight to the blind. While the inventions of science fiction can show great ideas, we would like to happen. Nothing surpasses the inventiveness of people in the inventiveness of people in the real world.
Good. So photosensitive, you know, sensitive to light, photosensitive. They can replace damaged cell in the retina and thus restore sight, you know, sign to the blind. Okay. All right. Any words that we don't understand here? Blind. So the person that cannot see is blind. Okay. Surpasses the inventiveness of people in the real world. Okay, so we finished this part of the text. And now we're going to read the next part is that things that science fiction got right. So some things that were predicted correctly and some that would be handy. Do you know what's the meaning of handy? Or a synonym of handy?
Practic.
Yeah, like useful, okay? Handy is similar to useful. Okay, now let's read about things that science fiction got correct. Continue reading. Gerson, please, touch screens.
Touch screens group members of the Starship Enterprise in Star Trek, the next generation, 1987, would read everything on a buttonless color screen tablet. No,
tablet.
Tablet. But before that, in 1978, Arthur then negotiated the university with the Hiker's Guide to the Galaxy, an interactive touchscreen book that contained all the useful and useless information in the university.
Okay, very good. I have a new word here that I didn't remember to put in. The Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy. Do you have any idea what is a hitchhiker? No idea?
No, teacher.
Hitchhiker. So a hitchhiker is a person that travels from place to place, like on the road, on the motorways, like asking people for rides. So they travel from place to place without paying much money. How do you say this in Spanish? A hitchhiker. You can see the picture. Okay, this is a hitchhiker. So how would you call this in
Mochilero.
Spanish? Yeah, something
Mochilero?
like this. It's something like it, like this, mochilero. All right, so that is the new word here, hitchhiker. So yeah, they predicted touch screens in these movies or TV shows, Star Trek, and also The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, the next prediction is automatic doors. And let's read it. Julian, automatic doors.
Yes, in 1899,
1899, yes.
1899, H.G. Wells wrote in When the Sleeper Wakes that two men turned obediently, and instead of going through the archway, walked straight to the death wall of the apartment opposite the archway. And then came a strange thing. A long strip of his apparently solid wall rolled up with a snap, hugged over the two retreating men and fell again. The first automatic door was not installed until 1988, 16. But now they are ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous, So see, look at the prediction for automatic doors. 1899, that was the year. In this book, When the Sleeper Wakes, they said that the man didn't go through the archway of the entrance, but they walked straight to the dead wall. What is the dead wall? What do you think it means? All right, and it means to have a wall without any opening, right? So a wall with no windows is a dead wall, okay? So they walked straight to the wall in the apartment, and then long strips of apparent solid rolled up, like se enrollaron, okay? They rolled up, hung over the man. They passed, and then the wall fell again. So he was predicting like a mechanism for automatic doors that could open and close without anyone controlling them, okay? In this year, 1899. All right, and the last one, point of view gun. Let's read it, Maveli, the last one, point of view gun.
Point of view gun. For his screenplay adaptation of the Hitchhiker, A Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams added a new weapon to sci-fi's arsenal, fed up with ending spousal arguments with the phrase, "You just don't get it, do you?" The intergalactic consortium of angry housewives invited a gun that would allow the shot person to see things from the perspective of the shooter.
Yeah, perspective of the shooter. So this one is not created yet, but it's something that would be useful. The point of view gun. Let's look at it. Okay. Or view gun, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, so this is like what it was represented as. Okay, so the mechanism was that the person that is shot, so you take a shot, then if you receive the shot, you would be able to see things, situations from the perspective of the shooter, of the person who shot you, okay? So this is why it's called the point of view gun. if I shoot you, you would be able to see the things, the situations from my perspective. Okay, so that's why the writer mentioned that would be useful. Okay. Well, guys, that was the text. I know it's a bit long, but it's very interesting and also useful for us to learn all this new language. So what you're going to do now is work on point 3. You're going to read these statements and answer them with true or false, okay? You're going to go to the text again and highlight or underline your evidence for your answer, okay? If it's true or false, find in the text evidence to support your answer, all right? Let's have 10 minutes to work on point number 3, and then we will socialize and correct the answers. You can read the text again. All right, guys, let me know. Are you ready with your answers or do you need a bit more time?
Not yet, teacher.
Okay, let's have another couple of minutes. All right, guys, ready or not yet?
So, teacher.
So? Okay, let's wait 2 more minutes and then we check. All right, now we are ready. Not so much. Do you find it very difficult? Tricky? All right. So let's see, let's compare what answers you have. So I'm going to let you be volunteers. So I'm not pressuring you to answer if you don't have the answers yet. So Auntie Mavity, your hand, please read the first statement, read it, and then you tell me true or false. So your answer. Okay, read the statement, Mavity.
Okay, teacher. Statement number 1. The author starts by suggesting that many science fiction predictions have come true. I think it's false.
Yeah. And why? What made you think that is false?
Because at the beginning, the actor said that science fiction has lied to us.
Yes. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, another thing is making predictions is tricky, and to promise haven't come to pass.
Yes, these promises having come to pass, they are tricky. Yes, so this is false. They are not. Haven't come true because science fiction lied to us. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mavely. I see Lisette, you had your hand up. Lisette Liscano for number 2. Lisette, and then Julian. Okay, Lisette. Yes. No, Lisette. Low. No. So, Julian, can you do number 2, please? Okay. Let's see. That's weird. Let me see, Lisette. 1 second. Let me check. And Lisette, can you try the audio? Maybe you have to go out of the Zoom and go back in. There might be a problem with your Zoom. I don't have anyone blocked for the sound, okay? So you can go out and come back. Okay? Julian, can you do number 2 while we wait for Lisette, please?
Number 2, predictions about travel and domestic automation have been particularly inaccurate. For me, it's false. For me, it's false. No, sorry, has been
It's true.
inaccurate. True, yes, sorry. Okay, then true. Because in the line, I don't know. 10?
Yeah, in line 10.
Okay. He talked about the jetpacks and hoverboards and flying cars, and that the skies will be filled of them, but nowadays we use more airplanes or the same airplanes that
Yes.
we have been.
Yes. So he talks about being a disappointment. It's like these ideas have not come to pass and they are disappointment. So is inaccurate. It's true. Very good. Thank you, Julia. All right. Another volunteer for number 3. No volunteers. Okay, Carlos, go
Yes,
ahead.
okay.
Okay, teacher,
Sorry,
number 3
Carlos
for
and
me.
then yours.
Yes, teacher, number 3 for me is true.
Okay, please read it. And
Yes,
then,
in the paragraph.
sorry, read number 3. Video calls have made.
Okay. Video calls have made communication with your family much more rewarding.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
in the paragraph with number 15, the video calls have not arrived, sort of, but conferencing or Skype. This is still clunky.
Clunky. Remember that clunky is something bad. So, like torpe, no muy bueno. So, this is false, okay? ¿Lo ha hecho,
Okay.
ha hecho la comunicación más satisfactoria? No, not really. In the text, he talks about that is clunky, not very good. All right?
Yes,
So,
I confuse information with
clunky.
modern situation today.
Yes, yes.
teacher.
Remember, I mentioned this text is a bit old, like 10 years old. So back then we didn't have Zoom or any of this. According to the text, it was not rewarding. Okay, good. Thank you. Gerson, for number 4, would you like to give me the answer?
Yes, teacher.
Please read the statement.
That is the question precisely where I have doubts.
No problem.
The
author?
The author thinks that we don't sufficiently appreciate how amazing modern technology is. I think it's true.
Yes, it's true.
Because literally he said that the truth is that we quickly forget the astonishment of invention.
Yes, it's right here. Yes, so we tend, as humans or people, tend to forget how amazing the technology is. Okay, it's
Okay,
good.
teacher.
Thank you, Jersey. Sylvia, all right, you said number 5. Oh, Lisette, I can hear you now.
Thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
Lisette, you will do number 6. Okay, let's. Sylvia does 5, and you do number 6.
Teacher, okay, number 5. Science fiction's predictions about the medical advances made the reality rather disappointing. For me, it's false, and because because in the paragraph when he says with relative ease we can sequence anyone's genome, giving a readout of our entire genetic code.
Okay, let's
This
see.
means we can pinpoint. Yes.
Yeah, so science fiction predictions about medical advances make the reality rather disappointing. I would say, yeah, I would consider also false. This one, because it says reality far outstrips predictions, like exceeds, okay? The real area exceeds the predictions, okay?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I would say it's false. All right. Lisette, would you like to do number 6? Lisette Liscano?
Yes, teacher. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The author is very impressed with what Dean Kamen prosthetic arm can do. For me, is true because in the text they say that this kind of prosthetic it was very amazing, and then they mention that it is astonishing.
Yes, it's astonishing. So it's really, really amazing. They are very impressed with that. Okay, very good. Thank you, Lisette. The last one, let's hear maybe Natalia, number 7.
Okay, number 7. The 3 science fiction predictions from the end of the article have all come true.
Mhm.
For me, it's false.
Mhm.
Because the last one, point of view, uh,
Mhm.
not a reality, no?
Yeah, yeah, I gave you this answer. Yeah, so this one is not a reality, but something that the author thought it would be useful or handy to have. But yeah, the last one, the point of view gun, is not a reality yet. All right, guys, listen. So that's the end of the reading activity. I have one more activity to show or to share with you. I don't think you will have enough time to finish it today, but let me explain. You can start working on it today, and then you will finish during the weekend, okay? So the activity is in the folder, is called Unit 9 Video Activity. So I'm going to send you the link. You can start looking at it. Unit 9 Video Activity. So you download the document, click here, download it. Okay, I'm going to open the document here. Well, let's show it here. All right, so you have how science is related to the topic, how science fiction can help you predict the future. Okay, so this is a video. You're going to watch it and then answer 5 questions about or based on the video. So remember this, because we don't have enough time to do it in class, this will be done individually, okay? Originally, it was to be made in groups, but as you're going to work on it over the weekend, it's better to do it individually. So when you download the document, you complete it, and then you upload it again, including your names on the name of the document, okay, as we usually do. So for example, Laura Herrera, Unit 9, Video Activity, okay? So please do not edit this document, only download it, complete it over the weekend, and then when you finish, upload it with your name in the document, Unit 9 Video Activity. You upload it to this folder, okay? So because we still have some minutes, I'm going to show you the video. We are going to watch it together, and I think that we will finish today's class with that, okay? So let me open the link for the video. Yes?
What is the deadline to send the
The
also
deadline. Okay, let's say today, let's make it Monday. No, let's make it on Sunday. Okay, Sunday at noon. So I have enough time to check. So the deadline for this activity is Sunday at noon. I will write through WhatsApp so we don't forget. Okay,
okay, tips? Thank
let's
you.
watch. No problem. Let's watch the video together. Okay. Can you see it and listen to it?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
All
teacher.
right.
Would you like to know what's in our future? What's going to happen tomorrow, next year, or even a millennium from now? Well, you're not alone. Everyone from governments to militaries to industry leaders do as well. And they all employ people called futurists who attempt to forecast the future. Some are able to do this with surprising accuracy. In the middle of the 20th century, a think tank known as the Rand Corporation consulted dozens of scientists and futurists who together forecast many of the technologies we take for granted today, including artificial organs, the use of birth control pills, and libraries able to look up research material for the reader. One way futurists arrive at their predictions is by analyzing movements and trends in society and charting the paths they are likely to follow into the future, with varying degrees of probability. Their work informs the decisions of policymakers and world leaders, enabling them to weigh options for the future that otherwise could not have been imagined in such depth or detail. Of course, there are obvious limits to how certain anyone can be about the future. There are always unimaginable discoveries that arise, which would make no sense to anyone in the present. Imagine, for example, transporting a physicist from the middle of the 19th century into the 21st. You explain to him that a strange material exists, uranium-235, that of its own accord can produce enough energy to power an entire city or destroy it in one fell swoop. How can such energy come from nowhere, he would demand to know. That's not science, that's magic. And for all intents and purposes, he would be right. His 19th century grasp of science includes no knowledge of radioactivity or nuclear physics. In his day, no forecast of the future could have predicted X-rays or the atom bomb, let alone the theory of relativity or quantum mechanics. As Arthur C. Clarke has said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. How can we prepare, then, for a future that will be as magical to us as our present would appear to someone from the 19th century? We may think our modern technology and advanced data analysis techniques might allow us to predict the future with much more accuracy than our 19th century counterpart, and rightly so. However, it's also true that our technological progress has brought with it new, increasingly complex and unpredictable challenges. The stakes for future generations to be able to imagine the unimaginable are higher than ever before. So the question remains, how do we do that? One promising answer has actually been with us since the 19th century and the Industrial Revolution that laid the foundation for our modern world. During this time of explosive development and invention, a new form of literature, science fiction, also emerged. Inspired by the innovations of the day, Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, and other prolific thinkers explored fantastic scenarios depicting new frontiers of human endeavor. And throughout the 20th century and into the 21st, storytellers have continued to share their visions of the future and correctly predicted many aspects of the world we inhabit decades later. In Brave New World, Aldous Huxley foretold the use of antidepressants in 1932, long before such medication became popular. In 1953, Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 forecast earbuds, thimble radios in his words. And in 2001, A Space Odyssey, Arthur C. Clarke described a portable, flat-screen news pad in 1968. In works that often combine entertainment and social commentary, we are invited to suspend our disbelief and consider the consequences of radical shifts in familiar and deeply ingrained institutions. In this sense, the best science fiction fulfills the words of philosopher Michel Foucault, "I'm no prophet. My job is making windows where there were once walls." Free from the constraints of the present and our assumptions of what's impossible, science fiction serves as a useful tool for thinking outside of the box. Many futurists recognize this, and some are beginning to employ science fiction writers in their teams. Just recently, a project called I Know proposed scenarios that look much like science fiction stories. They include the discovery of an alien civilization, development of a way for humans and animals to communicate flawlessly, and radical life extension. So, what does the future hold? Of course, we can't know for certain, but science fiction shows us many possibilities. Ultimately, it is our responsibility to determine which we will work towards making a reality.
All right, guys, so that's the video that you're going to answer the questions based on that. So there you have the link, and then you have 5 questions, all right, to answer it. Let me say you the link of the activity. Okay. All right, so that is it for today. Please remember to also start working on Moodle or continue working in Moodle. So I'll see you again next week on Monday. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Have a nice weekend. See you
Bye,
on Monday.
teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye, teachers.
Bye bye,
Bye-bye.
teacher. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.